Today, we're diving deep into life's treasure chest, filled with wisdom from those who've walked the path before us. We're on a journey to unravel life lessons, gems of knowledge that our elders have gifted us with. These lessons, born from years of experience, hold the power to transform our perspective and enrich our lives in unimaginable ways. Stay tuned for some profound wisdom that might just change your life. And remember, subscribing means a lot to us. First up, let's explore the concept of time. It's the one thing we can't buy more of. Time is a peculiar thing, isn't it? It's intangible, yet it's the most valuable asset we possess. We've all heard the age-old adage, time is money. But the truth is, time is much more valuable than money. You can always work more to earn more money, but time, once it's gone for good. Consider this anecdote from an older gentleman. He once said, "When I was young, I thought I had all the time in the world. I spent hours on frivolous pursuits, thinking I could always do the important stuff later. Now, at the twilight of my life, I realize I was wrong. Those hours, days, even years, I can never get them back." This sentiment is echoed by another quote from an elderly woman who wisely stated, "Time, not money, is your biggest asset. Use it wisely. Don't squander it on things or people that don't matter." Reflect on these words for a moment. We often prioritize money over time, but what we fail to realize is that time is the one thing we can't earn back. In the bustling pace of modern life, we often forget to value our time. We spend countless hours scrolling through social media, binge-watching TV shows, or simply procrastinating. But these moments are slices of our life that we're never going to get back. As we grow older, the value of time becomes more apparent. Our elders often express regret over wasted time and missed opportunities. It's a lesson they've learned the hard way, and it's a lesson they want us to understand while we still have the luxury of time. So, treasure time more than money. Spend it on things that truly matter, on people you love, on passions you want to pursue, on experiences that enrich your life. Remember, time well spent is an investment in yourself. It's the one thing that shapes your life and determines your future. So, the lesson here, folks, use your time wisely. Next, we navigate the waters of forgiveness, a powerful tool often underestimated. Delving into the depths of this potent virtue, let's explore the benefits of forgiveness, not just for others, but for oneself. Imagine carrying a heavy sack of stones on your back, each stone representing a grudge or resentment. With every passing day, the sack becomes heavier, tugging on your spirit, draining your joy. That, my friends, is what holding on to grudges feels like. Now think of the moment you decide to drop that sack. The instant relief, the lightness, the newfound freedom, that is the power of forgiveness. You see, forgiveness is not necessarily for the person who wronged you. Rather, it's a gift you give yourself, a release from the prison of bitterness and resentment. Let's borrow wisdom from the elderly, who have journeyed through the complexities of life. Take, for instance, the story of an old man named Albert. Albert held a grudge against his brother for over 20 years due to a petty disagreement. The grudge not only strained their relationship, but also cast a shadow over Albert's life. It was only when Albert chose to forgive his brother that he experienced a profound sense of peace. He said it felt like a weight had been lifted off his shoulders. Similarly, consider the tale of an elderly woman named Edith who forgave her childhood bully after decades. She said that forgiveness gave her a new perspective, a fresh lease on life. It was as if she had been carrying an unnecessary burden all along, and by forgiving, she was finally able to set it down. These stories reveal the liberating power of forgiveness. It fosters healing, promotes mental health, and can even mend broken relationships. It's a testament to the human spirit's resilience and our capacity for kindness and empathy. So the next time you find it hard to forgive, remember Albert and Edith. Unburden yourself from the shackles of resentment and experience the freeing power of forgiveness. Remember, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Now let's talk about the foundation of all, health. Health, both physical and mental, is the cornerstone of a good life. It's the force that allows us to explore, experience, and enjoy the world around us. It's the engine that powers our day-to-day existence, the fuel that keeps us going. Without it, we are like a car without petrol, a lamp without light, a bird without wings. Our elders, with their wealth of experience, have valuable insights to share on this subject. Take, for example, Mr. Johnson, a spry octogenarian with a twinkle in his eye. He credits his good health to a lifetime of regular exercise, balanced diet, and an optimistic outlook. He's the first to admit that he's not as quick as he once was, but he's a firm believer that age is just a number, and that a positive mind and a healthy body are the real keys to longevity. Then we have Mrs. Smith, a vibrant 70-something who swears by her daily meditation and yoga routine. She emphasizes the importance of mental health, stating that a calm and collected mind is the foundation of a healthy body. She believes that inner peace and happiness play a significant role in maintaining overall health. These examples, and countless others, highlight the critical importance of health in our lives. They underline the fact that health is not just about the absence of illness, but about overall well-being, about feeling good in your own skin. It's about having the energy to chase your dreams, the resilience to overcome challenges, and the ability to enjoy every single day to its fullest. To maintain good health, it's crucial to keep an active lifestyle, eat a balanced diet, stay hydrated, get sufficient sleep, and maintain a positive mindset. Regular checkups and timely medical intervention are equally important. Remember, prevention is better than cure. So let us take a leaf out of our elders' book and prioritize our health. After all, it's the greatest asset we have, the most valuable gift we can give ourselves and our loved ones. Health is wealth. Don't take it for granted. Moving on, let's discuss the joy in giving, a secret to happiness. It's a simple concept, really, but one that is often overlooked. The act of giving, of sharing what we have with others, can bring an immense sense of joy and fulfillment. But don't just take my word for it. Let's delve into some wisdom from those who've walked the path before us. Our older generations often speak about the gratification that comes from generosity. Let's take, for instance, the story of an elderly gentleman named Arthur. For his entire life, Arthur made it a point to give, whether it was his time, his knowledge, or his resources. As he grew older, he realized that these acts of giving had not only enriched the lives of others, but also filled his own life with a profound sense of purpose and happiness. Then there's the tale of Mary, a woman in her 80s who found joy in the simplest acts of giving. For Mary, it wasn't about grand gestures. She found delight in giving a warm smile, a kind word, or a helping hand. She often said, "When you give from your heart, you receive much more in return." Generosity, in its purest form, is a selfless act. It's about giving without expecting anything in return. But the paradox of giving is that it rewards the giver as much as, if not more than, the receiver. It nourishes our souls and creates a ripple effect of kindness and love in the world around us. And let's not forget, giving doesn't always mean material possessions. It can be your time, your attention, your compassion, your knowledge. The key is to give willingly and sincerely. So what's the takeaway here? Well, it seems our elders have been onto something. The secret to happiness might just lie in the joy of giving. It's a lesson worth remembering, a habit worth cultivating. So give freely, give often, and watch the joy it brings. Now let's delve into the beauty of simplicity, a path often overlooked. Life can often feel like a whirlwind of complexities, a labyrinth of deadlines and responsibilities. Amidst this chaos, the elderly often remind us of the beauty of simplicity. Their tales, though varied, all echo the same sentiment, that there's an undeniable charm in leading a simple life. Consider the story of Mr. Thompson, a retired schoolteacher. He spent his days tending to his garden, reading books, and teaching the neighborhood kids how to ride a bike. He didn't have the latest smartphone nor the most luxurious car. Yet, his face always bore a content smile, his eyes twinkling with joy. He found beauty in the ordinary, peace in the mundane. His life was simple, yet fulfilling. Then there's Mrs. Evans, a woman who's lived through the Great Depression, the Second World War, and the dawn of the digital age. She's seen the world change in ways unimaginable, yet she sticks to her old radio, her knitting needles, her handwritten letters. She finds comfort not in the new and the flashy, but in the familiar and the simple. These stories remind us that life doesn't have to be grandiose to be meaningful. The beauty of simplicity is that it strips life down to its essentials. It makes us realize that we don't need much to be happy: a good book, a warm cup of tea, a conversation with a loved one. These simple pleasures, when savored, fill our lives with a sense of tranquility and contentment that no amount of wealth or fame can provide. Leading a simple life allows us to focus on what truly matters. It frees us from the shackles of materialism, reduces stress, and fosters mindfulness. It encourages us to appreciate the little things, to live in the moment, to cherish each day as it comes. Simplicity brings balance, freedom, and joy. So keep it simple, folks. Last but not least, let's discuss the richness found in relationships, the fabric of life. The true measure of wealth is not in the grandeur of our possessions or the size of our bank account, but in the relationships that we cultivate and cherish throughout our lives. These connections, these bonds we form, they are the threads that weave the beautiful tapestry of our existence. They are the lifeblood of our human experience. Picture this: a wise old man, his face etched with lines of laughter, wisdom, and a few regrets. He's surrounded by loved ones, each one a testament to the time and energy he's invested in them. It's not his house or his car that bring him joy, but the warmth of these relationships. Now, consider another instance: a woman, equally wise, equally old. She's seen the world, experienced its joys and sorrows. Yet, her richest memories aren't of the places she's been or the things she's owned. They're of the people she's met, the relationships she's nurtured, the bonds she's built. These anecdotes serve as a reminder, a gentle nudge, nudging us to reevaluate what we consider as wealth. Investing time and energy in relationships, be it with family, friends, or even strangers, can bring about a richness that material wealth simply cannot match. It's about those shared moments of joy, shared sorrows, shared dreams, and shared memories. It's about feeling connected, feeling loved, and feeling like you belong. But remember, relationships aren't about quantity, but quality. It's not about how many people you know, but how well you know them. It's about being there for them and allowing them to be there for you. This mutual exchange of time, energy, and emotions is what makes relationships so valuable. They enrich our lives, adding layers of depth, meaning, and fulfillment. In the end, when we look back at our lives, it's not the things we owned, but the relationships we nurtured that will bring a smile to our faces. It's the bonds we've formed, the love we've shared, and the people we've touched, and those who've touched us, that will truly matter. Relationships are the biggest wealth. Cherish them. We've covered a lot of ground today, folks. Let's take a moment now to reflect on the key points we've discussed, the pearls of wisdom that, when truly understood, can change the way we see our lives and the world around us. We started our journey with the value of time. Time, that elusive, relentless force that never pauses, never waits. We learned that every moment is precious, and once it's gone for good. We can't turn back the clock, but we can make every second count. Time is the one thing we all have in equal measure, yet it's the one thing we often squander. So let's cherish it, use it wisely, and fill it with moments that matter. Then we moved on to the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness, that noble virtue that sets us free. We learned that holding grudges only weighs us down, while forgiveness lifts us up. It's not about letting others off the hook, it's about setting ourselves free. It's about letting go of the past so we can embrace the future. We also discussed the importance of health. We're often so caught up in the hustle and bustle of life that we forget to take care of ourselves. But health is the foundation of everything. It's the wellspring of energy that keeps us going. It's the vessel that carries us through life's journey. So let's nurture it, cherish it, and never take it for granted. Next, we explored the joy of giving, that selfless act that brings so much joy. We learned that the more we give, the more we receive. Not necessarily in material wealth, but in happiness, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose. Giving is not about depleting our resources, it's about enriching our lives and the lives of others. Then we delved into the beauty of simplicity. In a world that's often complicated and chaotic, simplicity can be a breath of fresh air. It's about stripping away the unnecessary and focusing on what truly matters. It's about finding joy in the simple things, the little things, the everyday things. Finally, we highlighted the richness of relationships. Relationships, those intricate webs of human connection that fill our lives with love, laughter, and sometimes a little bit of heartache. We learned that relationships are the threads that weave the tapestry of our lives. They're the bonds that connect us, the ties that bind us. So let's nurture them, cherish them, and always remember their value. Remember, these life lessons can change the way you view your world. So take them to heart, and you'll never be the same.